morning, students. In the last class, we discussed the successive ionization enthalpies and some questions on ionization enthalpies. The next important physical property, that is electron gain enthalpy. So here enthalpy, this is already defined. Enthalpy means how much amount of energy change takes place during the process of an electron gain, that is called as electron gain enthalpy. For example, an atom X is in a gas, it is a neutral atom. To this we are adding an electron. By adding an electron, this neutral atom becomes a negative ion, that is called anion. For this process, the amount of energies exchanges, so that is called as electron gain enthalpy. That means how much amount of energy is change takes place whenever an electron is added to a neutral isolated gaseous atom, that is called as electron gain enthalpy. It is defined as the amount of energy change when an electron is added to a neutral isolated gaseous atom. That is called as electron gain enthalpy. Like ionization enthalpy, the electron gain enthalpy is also expressed in terms of kilojoule per mole. Here in the ionization enthalpy, so always the amount of energy is added to remove an electron from the isolated gaseous atom, but here the energy or the enthalpy change, the delta EGH may be exothermic or endothermic. But whereas in the ionization enthalpy, it is endothermic. But here, depending upon the element, the process of adding the electron to a neutral isolated gaseous atom may be exothermic or may be endothermic. That means in some cases the energy may be released, in some cases the energy may be needed to keep the electron or to force the electron into the atom. That's why the electron gain enthalpy may be exothermic or endothermic. Here, what are the factors which are influencing this electron gain enthalpy? So the three factors are, the first one is size of the atom, and second one is charge on the nucleus, and the third one is electronic arrangement. So these are the three factors which are influencing the electron gain enthalpy. So here, before going to discuss these factors influencing the electron gain enthalpy, I would like to say the one statement, that is, whichever the atom having greater tendency to hold the additional electron, in that case more amount of energy released. That means the electron gain enthalpy value in that case said to be more negative. More energy release means more negative value. Suppose if it has the lesser tendency to hold the additional electron or incoming electron, in that case less energy is released. That is indicates the electron gain enthalpy value is less negative or sometimes positive also. That means here when you are adding an electron, some atoms may attract the incoming electron very fastly. In that case, more amount of energy is released, so that the electron gain enthalpy value is said to be more negative. So in some cases, so the incoming electron is feeling less nuclear charge from the nucleus. In that case, less amount of energy is released. The electron gain enthalpy value, in that cases we can speak either less negative or positive. So these are the two important points to understand whether an atom is having the more electron gain enthalpy value or less electron gain enthalpy value. So whenever the more negative value is observed, nothing but it should be having the more electron gain enthalpy. If it is having a less negative value energy, so then that is said to be less electron gain enthalpy value. So now go to the factors. Now size of the atom, charge on the nucleus, electronic arrangement. These are the three factors which are influencing the electron gain enthalpy. So the first one, size of the atom. Generally, as the size of the atom is increases, the force of attraction on the incoming electron is decreases. So that's why whichever it is larger in size, that can be having lesser tendency to hold the additional electron. In that case, the less energy is released. That means electron gain enthalpy value is less negative or positive. That means as the size of the atom is increases, the effective nuclear charge on the outermost electrons is decreases, as well as on the incoming electron is also decreases. Consequently, the less energy is released, so that electron gain enthalpy values, delta, e.g. H values are decreases. Simply, as the size of the atom is increases, electron gain enthalpy values are decreases. Electron gain enthalpy values are decreases means here that is less negative values. And it comes to the next factor, charge on the nucleus. As the positive charge on the nucleus is increases, the force of attraction on the incoming electron is increases. The incoming electron or additional electron strongly bound to the nucleus. In that case, what we speak, that having greater tendency to hold the additional electron, so that more amount of energy is releases. So that's why the electron gain enthalpy value is more negative. That means as the charge on the nucleus is increases, the effective nuclear charge on the outermost electrons increases, as well as on incoming electron is also increases, so that the incoming electron is strongly bound to the nucleus. In that case, more amount of energy is releases, the electron gain enthalpy values, that is EGH values, electron gain enthalpy values are increases. That means this is more negative. Electron gain enthalpy values increases means more negative values. Then comes to the electronic arrangement. You know that the different atoms having the different types of electronic arrangement. In that different electronic arrangement, the two arrangements, that is off-filled and full-filled electronic configurations, are always associated with some extra stability. So, whereas the remaining all are not as stable like off-filled or full-filled electronic arrangements. That's why in whichever the atoms having off-filled electronic configuration or full-filled electronic configurations, they are said to be stable electronic configuration. In that one, the electron cannot easily added. When the electron cannot easily added, suppose if you want to add an electron into that, definitely we need to be supply the energy, okay, to that atom. Then only it is possible to keep the additional electron in that atom. That means in the case of the stable electronic arrangement, always the electron gain enthalpy values are always said to be positive. That means we need to be supplied the energy from the outside to keep the additional electron in that atom. That's why the atoms which are having the off-filled or full-filled stable electronic arrangement, in that cases the electron gain enthalpy values are positive. In the remaining electronic arrangements, the electron gain enthalpy values are negative. These are the three factors which are influence the electron gain enthalpy. One is, as the size of the atom is increases, the electron gain enthalpy values are decreases, that is become less and less negative. As the charge on the nucleus is increases, the electron gain enthalpy values also increases. That means more and more negative value, that means more amount of energy is released. The atoms which are having the stable electronic arrangement, in that cases we need to be supplied the energy from the outside. That's why electron gain enthalpy values are positive. This is about the factors influencing the electron gain enthalpy. Next we move towards how this electron gain enthalpy will be varies in periods and groups. So now the variation of electron gain enthalpy in periods. There is a general statement is there. In general, as we move from left to right, electron gain enthalpy values, become more and more negative. This is a generalized statement. Sometimes it may not be applicable in all the cases, but most of the time as we move from left to right, electron gain enthalpy values become more and more negative. That means, so the more and more amount of energy is released. When more and more amount of energy is released, generally when the atoms are having the greater tendency to accept the electron. So that's why here the electron gain enthalpy values become more and more negative. Okay, so why it is become more and more negative? You know very well, in periods from left to right, generally atomic size of the atom increases, size of the atom is decreases. So tendency to accept the incoming electron increases. When the tendency to accept the incoming electron is increases, so more energy is releases. More amount of energy released. More amount of energy is released means the delta EGH values become more negative. So, as the size of the atom is decreases from left to right, the tendency to accept the incoming electron is obviously increases because the force of attraction on the incoming electron is increases. So, more amount of energy is released. More amount of energy released means, so the delta EGH, electron gain enthalpy value, become more and more negative. So, but there are certain irregularities are there. What are that irregularities? I will discuss after the variation of electron gain enthalpy in groups. Next, go to the variation of electron gain enthalpy in groups. Variation of electron gain enthalpy. Gain enthalpy in groups. So here the statement is, in general, as we move down the group, electron gain enthalpy values, electron gain enthalpy values become less and less negative. Less and less negative. As we go down the group, the electron gain enthalpy values become less and less negative. That means less amount of energy is released as we go down the group. Why the electron gain enthalpy values become less and less negative? You know very well, as we go down the group, that is top to bottom, the size of the atom increases. When the size of the atom is increases, the force of attraction on the incoming electron is decreases. So that atom is, whichever it is larger in size, that is having the less tendency to accept the electron. That's why less amount of energy is released. As the size of the atom is increases, the electron gain enthalpy values become less negative. That is, less energy is releases. That is the one after. But we know that as we move from top to bottom, the charge on the nucleus is also increases. When the charge on the nucleus is increases, the force of attraction on the incoming electron increases, so that the atom is having the greater tendency to hold the electron. That's why in that case the electron gain enthalpy value is become more negative. One factor says, as we move from top to bottom, the electron gain enthalpy values become less and less negative as the size of the atom is increases. The another factor which is completely opposite, as the charge on the nucleus is also increases as we move from top to bottom, so that the electron gain enthalpy values become more negative. But what is there in our statement? As we move down the group, electron gain enthalpy values become less and less negative. Less and less negative is where is appeared in the size of the atom. Even though both the factors are operating, the size of the atom is predominantly the charge on the nucleus. That's why we are considered this factor, because it is the dominating factor. So that's why the size of the atom is increases, the force of attraction on the incoming electron is decreases, so that whichever it is larger in size, it has the less tendency to hold the electron, so that less amount of energy is releases. That's why simply the statement, as we move down the group, electron gain enthalpy values are become less and less negative. So, but whereas in the periods, as we move from left to right, electron gain enthalpy values are become more and more negative. But in the as we move from left to right, there are certain irregularities also will be noticed. So that is I will explain in the next concept. So, but here not like the groups, but there are certain irregularities are exist in the period. That is because of the stable electronic arrangement. But final statement, in general, as we move from left to right, electron gain enthalpy values are become more and more negative, whereas in groups, as we move down the group, electron gain enthalpy values are less and less negative. So this is the variation of electron gain enthalpy in periods and groups. So some important trends in electron gain enthalpy. The first one is halogens have more negative electron gain enthalpy values. So generally, just now we discussed, as we move from left to right, the electron gain enthalpy values are more negative. More negative. What is the last member of the family? Okay, just leave it, the noble gases. What is that we get? Halogens. Halogens means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So these are the last elements in each period. So that's why as we move from left to right, electron gain enthalpy values are become more and more negative. So which are having the more negative electron gain enthalpy values? Halogens. Why these halogens are having the more negative electron gain enthalpy values? So you know very well, the size is very small. The size is very small. When the size is very small, obviously the force of attraction on the incoming electron is more. So that's why these atoms are having the greater tendency to accept the electron. So by accepting the electron, the general electronic configuration is also known ns2np5. By addition of that incoming electron to this, then we get ns2np6. Stable electronic configuration we get. That's why the halogens are always ready to accept the electron. So that's why in that case, the electron gain enthalpy values are more negative. So why the halogens are having the more negative electron gain enthalpy values? Okay, the reason is they are smaller in size and also having the greater tendency to accept the electron, because by accepting the electron they are getting the stable noble gas configuration. That's why the electron gain enthalpy values are more negative in the case of the halogens. Then next one, the electron gain enthalpy values of noble gases are positive. So you know very well, the noble gases except helium, the remaining noble gases are having the general electronic configuration ns2np6. ns2np6 is corresponding to the fulfilled electronic configuration, so that it is said to be highly stable. Whenever the electronic arrangement is stable, okay, definitely they have no tendency to accept the electron. Suppose if you add an electron, okay, to that particular noble gas, definitely that electron goes to the new principal quantum level. Whenever the electron goes to the new principal quantum level, it does not experiences any positive charge from the nucleus. To that electron, definitely we need to be supply the energy to keep in that noble gas atom. That's why in that case the enthalpy values are always positive. So why the noble gases are having the electron gain enthalpy values positive? Because they have the most stable electronic configuration. Because of that most stable electronic configuration, they have no tendency to accept the electron. So in order to keep the electron, definitely we need to be supply the energy from the outside. So that's why the electron gain enthalpy values are positive. Then comes to the next third statement is beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus. In that case, the electron gain enthalpy values are less negative, or sometimes it may be zero, sometimes it may be positive. The reason is, you know very well, the beryllium. The beryllium is, the configuration is 1s2, 2s2. Okay, it is a stable configuration. Magnesium, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. This is also stable configuration. The nitrogen configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So it is also off-field configuration, that is also stable. Phosphorus, so the configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. It is also off-field configurations. So these are the atoms, beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen and phosphorus. Their electronic arrangements are associated with some extra stability because of the full-filled or off-filled electronic configurations. That's why whenever the electronic arrangement is either off-filled or full-filled, it is not easy to add the electron to that particular case. So that's why definitely we need to be supply the energy from the outside, or it may be some less amount of energy will be released. Why the less amount of energy released? Because whenever an electron is added, definitely we are expected some amount of energy is released. For example, 100 kilojoules of energy is released. That is you are expected. But instead of 100 kilojoules of energy, the 60 kilojoules of energy is releases. But what is the difference between these two? 40 kilojoules. You are expected 100, but actual release energy 60. Between these two, the 40 kilojoules of energy, what is happened? That 40 kilojoules of energy will be utilized to keep the extra electron in that atoms. So that is expenditure of the energy took place. So for addition of an electron in the most stable electronic arrangement. That's why you are expected 100, you are getting the 60. That means less negative value are observed. So because of the most stable electronic arrangement. That's why beryllium, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, in that case the electron gain enthalpy values are less negative because of their stable electronic arrangement. So that's why the less amount of energy is releases. The another important factor trend is generally the electronic gain enthalpy values for the third period of elements are more negative than the corresponding second period elements. So this is we know how the electron gain enthalpy values varies in groups. For example, let us take the fluorine is there. The fluorine, then chlorine, here oxygen, here sulfur, here nitrogen and phosphorus. In these three cases, this is the phenomena we can observe. This is the second period and third period. So generally, what we are expected here, in each group, this is the 17th group, this is 16th group, this is the 15th group. So in each group, as we go down the group, what is the statement is there? The electron gain enthalpy values are less negative. So what do you mean by that? That means here the fluorine is said to be having the more electron gain enthalpy value than chlorine. Oxygen is greater than which one? Sulfur. The nitrogen is greater than phosphorus. So that is the order according to this electron gain enthalpy values become less negative as we go down the group. But what does he say here? The statement is generally the electron gain enthalpy values of the third period elements are more negative than the corresponding second period elements. What does he say is the phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine are said to be having the more negative value than nitrogen, oxygen and phosphorus. But what we written here, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine are said to be having more negative electron gain enthalpy values than the phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine respectively. We are written here, reverse, but he was giving the statement is other one. So what is the reason for this one? This is not correct. So what is the correct one is, here phosphorus is greater than nitrogen, sulfur is greater than oxygen, chlorine is greater than fluorine. This is the correct one. But generally as we go down the group, the electron gain enthalpy values are become less negative. That means chlorine is having the less negative, fluorine is said to be having the more negative. But here this is not correct the statement. Chlorine is greater than fluorine, sulfur is greater than oxygen, phosphorus is greater than nitrogen. Why it is happened? Why it is reversed? The reason is simple. So the second period elements, whatever are there, let us take the only one example here, fluorine and chlorine. So among the fluorine and chlorine, the fluorine is having the smaller size. Small size of the fluorine atom cannot accommodate the additional electron. So why it is not accommodate that additional electron not easily? The reason is greater inter-electronic repulsions are present. Greater inter-electronic repulsions. Inter-electronic repulsions are present. Whenever the greater inter-electronic repulsions are present, definitely we need to be expenditure certain amount of energy. That's why less amount of energy is released than you are expected. That's why here the less negative value is observed. So, but whereas in the chlorine and fluorine, in the chlorine, this is a 3p subshell, here 2p subshell. Whatever the electron is added, that is goes to the 2p subshell, here the electron goes to the 3p subshell. The 2p subshell is having the smaller size than which one? 3p subshell. Because in that already 2p, 5 electrons are there, 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 5. Whatever the extra electron is added, that is goes to the 2p subshell. Already the electron repulsions are balanced. When we are adding the one more electron, the repulsions are started again between the electron and electron. To overcome that repulsions, certain amount of energy will be expended or utilized. That's why less amount of energy is released in the fluorine. But whereas in the chlorine, the 3p subshell is somewhat larger in size compared to the 2p. That's why here less and less inter-electronic repulsions are present. Here no much of energy will be utilized to overcome the repulsions. That's why here more negative value is observed. Here less negative value is observed. So simply what they ask the question is, why the third period elements are having the more negative electron gain enthalpy value than second period? Okay. So the reason is simply the second period elements are the smaller in size. Because of the smaller in size, greater inter-electronic repulsions are present. To overcome that inter-electronic repulsions, certain amount of energy will be utilized. That's why the less amount of energy released than you are expected. That's why the second period elements are having the less negative electron gain enthalpy value than compared to the third period elements. So these are some important trends in the electron gain enthalpy. Halogens having a more negative electron gain enthalpy because they have a greater tendency to accept the electron. Why they have the greater tendency to accept the electron? By accepting the electron, they get which one? Stable electronic configuration. That's where the more amount of energy is releases. The noble gases are having the positive electron gain enthalpy because they are already having the stable electronic arrangement. In order to keep an electron in that stable electronic arrangement, definitely we need to be supply the energy from the outside. That's why the electron gain enthalpy value is positive. And when it comes to the beryllium, magnesium and nitrogen and phosphorus, in these cases, the electron gain enthalpy values are less negative or 0 or positive because of these electronic arrangements are associated with either half-filled or full-filled stable electronic arrangements. That's why either the electron gain enthalpy value may be less negative or 0 or positive. And the last one, the third period elements are always said to be having the more negative electron gain enthalpy than which one? Second period elements. That is because of the smaller size of the second period elements having the greater inter-electronic repulsions. To overcome that repulsion, certain amount of energy will be utilized. That's why the less energy will be released, so that the second period elements are having the less electron gain enthalpy values than the third period elements. So these are some important trends in electronic gain enthalpy. So the next one is successive electron gain enthalpy values. It is just like the successive ionization enthalpy values. So, for example, let us take a neutral isolated gaseous atom X gas. To this we can add the one electron. Then here resulting anion is carrying the negative charge -1. So whatever the energy is releases, that is electron gain enthalpy, that is treated with delta EgH1. It may be positive or negative. It is depending upon the element which is undergoing the process of electron gaining. To this resulting anion, if you are adding an electron, one more, the second electron, then this anion is converted into the ion carrying the negative charge -2. Then delta EgH is equal the delta EgH2. Next we can add the third electron, then it is converted into X minus 3. Then fourth electron you can add to X minus 4, like that. So here delta EgH1, delta EgH2 or delta EgH3, so on, are called as simply successive electron gain enthalpy values. This successive electron gain enthalpy values, may be positive or negative. That is depending upon the element which is undergo the process of electron gaining. For example, let us take oxygen. Oxygen in a gaseous state, addition of an electron to the isolated and neutral oxygen atom, which is resulted into O minus gas. During this, when we are adding the first electron, whatever the enthalpy change, that is called first electron gain enthalpy value, that is represented with delta EgH1, that is equal minus 141 kilojoule per mole. Generally, the oxygen can accommodate 8 electrons. To that 8 electrons, we are already added 1 electron, then 9 electrons. As the number of electrons are increases, electronic repulsions are increases. Okay, anyway, by using certain amount of energy, whatever it is, this electron can be holded by this oxygen atom, as the result is converted into O minus. Then, so this to the O minus, if you are adding one more electron, the second electron, it is converted into O minus 2. Whenever you are added this, first electron, the repulsions are slightly increases. By adding the second electron, the repulsions are increases. So to overcome that repulsions, definitely the energy will be utilized. That's why in this case, so the electron gain enthalpy value is become positive, that is plus 780 kilojoule per mole. The first electron gain enthalpy value is negative, second electron gain enthalpy is positive. So in most of the cases, the first electron gain enthalpy value is negative. By coming to the second one, it is positive. Why? Because by adding that second electron, the repulsions are increases. To overcome that repulsions, definitely we need to be supply the energy from the outside. So that's why in most of the cases, the second electron gain enthalpy is positive. This delta H1 Eg, delta H2 Eg are called as successive electron gain enthalpy values. This example is also concluded one more statement. The electron gain enthalpy value may always not negative, may always not positive, it may be positive or negative. That's why you have written the successive electronic enthalpy values may be positive or negative. This is about the successive electron gain enthalpy values. So now electron gain enthalpy means whenever an electron is added at neutral isolated gaseous atom, whatever the enthalpy change, whatever the amount of energy change, that is called as electron gain enthalpy. So as we move from left to right, in general, the electronic gain enthalpy values are become more negative. As we go down the group, the size of the atom is increases. That's why the electron gain enthalpy values are less negative. So whenever we are subsequent, continuously we are adding the electron, whatever the amount of energy changes, that is called as successive electron gain enthalpies. So this is about the electron gain enthalpy. In the next class, we have to discuss the one more physical property. So thank you.